Don't Worry Darling is, well, you guys know what it is. It is a brand new movie starring Harry Styles, Florence Pugh, directed by Olivia Wilde, and I'm not going to talk about any of the drama that went on behind the scenes of this film because there's so much, and there's been probably hundreds, maybe thousands of videos done on it already. I don't want to get into it. I just want to talk about the movie and my own opinion on the movie, okay? So you can leave yours in the comments down below, but remember, this is my opinion. Let's get to it. So of course this film came out on Friday and I was very excited for it. I didn't really care what most of the critics were saying. I mean, normally I avoid that. I don't watch any reviews before I make my own. I still haven't watched any. I watched this film last night and it took me a little bit to kind of decide my thoughts on some things like the third act and all that stuff, which I won't get into. There'll be no spoilers in this video, obviously, but honestly, I recommend going into this film not hearing a single thing about it. I mean, you can't really avoid all that, the spitting drama, or this is what they said about, like, all that kind of stuff, but actually knowing like little plot points or like seeing little details in like the trailer and stuff like that, and then going and watch the movie like an hour later, that will definitely affect your experience. Honestly though, I enjoyed this movie quite a bit. I went in with low expectations, yes, just because of everything I'd heard, but there was still a part of me that was like, I feel like this could be good. And I didn't really know the concept. I just knew it was supposed to be like an odd movie, and I'd seen one or two, I think two of the trailers, and of course I really like Harry Styles as a person and as an artist, and I was excited to see how he would be in the movie, and I will definitely talk about that. And Florence Pugh is one of the best actors working today, and the rest of the cast is very good as well. Some of them annoy me, and I don't want to go into specifics. Besides Olivia Wilde, I just don't like her that much as a person. Her direction here is okay. It's a little bit unfocused at times, and certain characters don't get as much as I think they should. There's one in particular, I'm not going to say who it is, but this certain character deserved a lot more. I can't really say more than that. If you want to know who it is, just DM me or something and I'll let you know. But I'm not a fan of Olivia Wilde as a person. I know she's been accused of a lot of things, and even while watching this movie, there were some biases, I can say, that I noticed here. I don't know if it was intentional or if it just was a coincidence, but there were some things there, but I don't really want to talk about that. So she was fine in the movie, didn't annoy me, I had a few laughs with her, but really the star of this movie is Florence Pugh. She is phenomenal, as always. With any Florence Pugh movie, she's most likely going to be the standout, even though I don't really like Midsummer all that much. I think the movie's okay. She is phenomenal in the movie, and here, I wouldn't say she carries it, because I really like a lot of the other aspects, but she is the best part of it, I can say, because her character is very conflicted at times, very confused by some of the actions that happen around her. Again, I'm trying to say this without spoiling it, and I thought she portrayed it really well. I had zero issues with her, and I never, ever do, but what you guys probably want to know, what did I think of Harry Styles? And again, some people could say maybe this is a bias because I like him as a person, I like a lot of his music, but he was really, really good here. So many people will complain just because he's Harry Styles, just because he's one of the most famous people on the planet right now, and they cast him. And sure, maybe you could say his accent seemed out of place, but the only reason it's there is because it's his freaking accent, and every other, I think, actor in the movie was American, or at least had an American accent, so that's a stupid complaint as well, because it's not like it was out of place. It's just like, oh, I noticed that he has an accent here, and it makes sense in the movie when you watch it. So I think all the complaints about him are stupid. Obviously, you can have your own opinion, but so many people will judge him 20 times harder than any other actor just because he is Harry Styles. I really liked him here. I liked everyone in the cast. When it came to the writing, again, very hit and miss for me. Some of the dialogue, at times, some of the plot points were really well explored, but others really weren't, and left me questioning on a lot of what kind of happened here or what was gonna happen. And some people said this was predictable, and maybe some parts, but I really don't think overall it was. And Olivia Wilde really, as a director, I'll say, like, if it just solely focus on her as a director when it comes to this, There are times where this movie is messy and tonally a little bit all over the place, but as it progresses, I feel tonally that it became more focused, especially in the second act. The third act, I'm very mixed on. I still don't fully know my thoughts on it, but the second act was really where a lot of these actors got to shine. Lots of great dialogue, great moments. I really like Chris Pine as well. Well, I really liked his performance here. You know, his character, you're supposed to hate him. So there's stuff like that, and it's so hard to talk about this movie without talking about spoilers or even mentioning the smallest thing, because it feels like it could give away so much with this movie. The only really big thing I have to say is go watch this movie and form your own opinion. And you may be wondering like why I'm so like keen on saying that, because yes, that's obvious, but so many people are judging this movie on 5-second clips from Twitter, 10-second clips, whatever, or they're listening to what like two critics say, oh, this is bad because this. Like, no, just because they think that doesn't mean you have to. And I've talked about that on my channel before, but this movie is a real prime example. I'm glad that when it got a wider release, I know a few more people, I personally know a few people who really enjoyed this one. I really enjoyed it. My girlfriend, as a massive Harry Styles fan, really enjoyed it, but she even said if he wasn't in the movie, she would have still saw it and she still really enjoyed it. So I think this movie is solid overall. Does it have problems? Absolutely. There are a bunch of very big problems, a bunch of very big writing inconsistencies, directing, stuff like that, and just, it's a very odd movie. It's a very odd movie, and I can't really get into that, and I don't think that's an issue, but some questions are left unanswered, and it isn't like up to your interpretation. It's just like, oh, they just forgot about that. So it's one of those things. I like this movie, though, and I'm interested to watch again with more knowledge on it and all that stuff, and that's really all I'll say. Just go watch the movie. Don't Worry, Darling is an odd film filled with a brilliant cast and questionable writing. I was pleasantly surprised by how much I enjoyed this, though. Florence Pugh kills it in this role, but is supported very well by Harry Styles, Chris Pine, Gemma Chan, and more. Although I don't know exactly how to feel about the ending, I really enjoyed my time with this film. I'm going to give Don't Worry, Darling a 4 out of 5. Again, it's solid. It's a good movie, I think, and I'm not really sure what I'll think of it on rewatch, but for right now, I really enjoy it. I think it is a very solid movie. I think people are just being too harsh on it because of all the background drama stuff I don't want to get into. If you don't know it, just look it up. A lot of it's very stupid and unnecessary, but some of it is important to talk about, but I just don't feel like here I don't know everything, so I should. But anyway, talking about the movie, what did you guys think of it? If you've seen it, let me know what you thought down below, and thank you all for watching. I will see you guys next time. Over and out.